Trust as a foundation is more than a passive acceptance or vague hope. It is an active grounding, a deep-rooted belief in the rhythm of the universe and its intricate design. To trust in God means to embrace the idea that there is a wisdom beyond our limited perception, a vast intelligence that orchestrates the movement of stars and the blossoming of flowers. It is a fundamental choice to believe that we are not isolated entities, drifting aimlessly, but rather connected to something infinitely larger, a web of purpose and meaning that stretches beyond what we can immediately see. In this sense, trust is not an escape from effort, but rather the soil in which true, meaningful work grows. It allows us to move forward, not with frantic urgency, but with a calm conviction that our steps are guided by something profound and steady. When we trust, we are freed from the need to control every outcome, to manipulate each situation to fit our plans. Instead, we are anchored in the understanding that, while we may not always see the path clearly, it is there unfolding in perfect time. This trust becomes a source of resilience and peace, enabling us to face challenges with a calm assurance, knowing that even the setbacks are part of a larger story. When we view work as a sacred duty, we shift from seeing it as a mere means to an end, a way to earn a living or pass the time, to recognizing it as a deeply spiritual endeavor. This perspective transforms work from a set of tasks we must complete into a pathway towards self-discovery, purpose, and ultimately connection with something far greater than ourselves. The sense of duty that comes with work is not one of reluctant obligation, but of joyful participation in the rhythm of life, each action taken with an understanding that it contributes to the greater whole. To call work sacred is to acknowledge it as a practice of reverence, an opportunity to engage wholeheartedly with our unique place in the world. Imagine for a moment that each task we undertake, no matter how simple or complex, is a prayer of sorts, a moment of offering where our full attention and effort become an expression of devotion. When we bring this awareness to our daily actions, our work stops being mundane and begins to reflect the divine. Every motion, every thought, and every decision become threads in the tapestry of existence, woven with the intention to serve, to uplift, and to create. This view encourages us to find purpose in every kind of work, from the sweeping of floors to the drafting of plans, the cooking of meals to the raising of children. It allows us to see the inherent worth of all types of labor, each playing its role in the harmony of the world. No single action is isolated or meaningless, rather, each one is part of a dynamic web of interdependence, where our actions affect others and ripple outward in ways we may never fully comprehend. The farmer who plants seeds, the builder who constructs a home, the teacher who imparts wisdom, all are contributing to a world that sustains, shelters, and nurtures. When we work with this understanding, our actions become infused with a deep sense of responsibility and respect for the roles we play in each other's lives. But sacred work is not necessarily easy work. In fact, it often demands that we confront our limits, test our resolve, and summon strengths we didn't know we possessed. By engaging in work with a sense of duty, we allow ourselves to grow and evolve. We come to understand that challenges in our work are opportunities for inner development. The obstacles we face are not merely frustrating interruptions, they are teachers in disguise, pushing us to cultivate patience, resilience, humility, and even grace. The sacredness of work lies not in the perfection of outcomes, but in the sincerity of effort and the lessons learned along the way. Approaching work as a sacred duty also calls us to be fully present. In a world full of distractions and temptations to cut corners, this mindset anchors us in the moment. When we are mindful in our actions, we begin to notice the richness of experience embedded in every task. Washing a dish becomes an opportunity to notice the feel of water, the way soap suds glisten, and the satisfaction of seeing something dirty transformed into something clean. Writing a report becomes a way to organize thoughts, express ideas clearly, and offer something valuable to others. In these moments of presence, work transforms from something we rush through into something we fully experience, and we realize that there is no task too small to be approached with reverence. This perspective also extends our work beyond ourselves as we realize that our actions are interconnected with the lives of others. Sacred duty in work reminds us that our efforts are not for us alone. When a baker kneads dough with care, they are not merely producing bread, they are nourishing their community. When an artist paints with intention, they are creating something that may stir emotions, spark imaginations, or provoke thought in others. Sacred work is selfless in its nature, aiming to serve, uplift, and enrich the world around us. This understanding opens our hearts to the impact of our work, leading us to approach it with integrity and compassion. Seeing work as sacred also invites us to honor the unique gifts and talents we bring into the world. Each of us has skills, insights, and abilities that, when applied with purpose, contribute something valuable to the larger picture. By embracing our own potential and recognizing it as part of a divine order, we acknowledge that we have a responsibility to nurture and develop our abilities. Our work then becomes an expression of our highest selves, a way of contributing to the beauty and harmony of life. In this light, work transforms from a routine to a calling. We are no longer simply completing tasks, but answering a higher purpose. This transformation is not grandiose, it is humbling, for it reminds us that our roles are small but essential threads in the vast tapestry of existence. Whether we are creating, building, teaching, or caring, each action is a note in the symphony of life, a moment in which we can give ourselves fully. Through this lens, work becomes a practice in gratitude and humility, a daily reminder that we are participants in something much larger, bound to each other and to the divine through the energy we bring to our every endeavor. The balance of surrender and effort is a delicate and profound aspect of life, one that requires both wisdom and intuition. It invites us to approach our actions with the understanding that, while we are responsible for putting forth our best effort, we must also accept that not everything lies within our control. This balance means engaging fully in our pursuits, dedicating time, energy, and intention to the tasks before us, while simultaneously releasing the need to dictate or guarantee outcomes. In this harmony between action and acceptance, we find a space where our work flows with greater ease and resilience, free from the weight of rigid expectations. To surrender does not mean to give up or to stop caring, rather. It is the art of letting go of the illusion that we can control every aspect of our lives. When we learn to surrender, we allow ourselves to step back, trusting that there is a natural flow to life that carries us forward, even when we cannot foresee exactly where it will lead. This trust enables us to remain calm and centered, to see challenges not as failures but as redirections, movements that guide us toward greater understanding or unexpected growth. Surrender, in this sense, becomes a form of wisdom, the insight that while we shape our path through our choices, life itself also shapes us, often in ways that go beyond our plans. Effort, on the other hand, is the active expression of our intentions, our desires, and our purpose. It is the means by which we bring our visions to life, transforming thoughts into actions and ideas into reality. Effort requires discipline, focus, and commitment. It is the manifestation of our will, the power we use to build, create, and contribute to the world around us. Effort demands that we show up, regardless of obstacles, with the resolve to do our best and to honor the gifts we have been given. It is an act of respect, both for ourselves and for the potential we hold. When we put forth genuine effort, we engage in the process of becoming, expanding our skills, knowledge, and understanding through action. Balancing surrender and effort means acknowledging that we are co-creators in life, working with a force that is both within and beyond us. We are called to invest wholeheartedly in our actions, but to release the insistence that life must unfold according to our precise desires. This balance fosters a sense of freedom as we recognize that our worth is not solely defined by success or failure, but by the authenticity of our intentions and the sincerity of our efforts. When we allow surrender and effort to coexist, we learn to trust the timing of things, to appreciate that sometimes what we consider a delay or a setback may be the necessary interval for growth, for learning, or even for rest. To balance surrender and effort is to live with an open heart, one that is willing to give without clinging and to act without attachment to specific outcomes. It means entering each moment fully, offering what we can, but also remaining open to what may arise. This approach teaches us that just as a gardener tends to plants with care but cannot force them to bloom, we too must nurture our dreams while allowing them the space to unfold in their own time. This balance creates a state of flow where we engage deeply yet release gently, allowing life's natural rhythm to carry us forward. In this balance lies a profound peace, a quiet confidence that we are doing what is ours to do, while trusting that the rest will unfold as it should. We come to understand that effort rooted in sincerity and purpose naturally aligns with surrender, for it allows us to see that once we have done our part, we are free to let go. In this freedom, we can savor the journey without the fear that we must control every step. We learn that sometimes the greatest progress happens when we step back, allowing the seeds we have planted through our efforts to grow organically, nurtured by forces beyond our immediate influence. Divine timing is the mysterious unfolding of events in perfect alignment with a greater purpose, a rhythm beyond our immediate understanding. It is the idea that life has its own pace, that things happen when they are meant to and not necessarily when we desire or expect them to. This concept encourages us to trust in the natural order of things, to recognize that there is wisdom in waiting, and that what seems like a delay is often a carefully orchestrated sequence that brings us to the right place at the right time. Divine timing invites us to surrender to the flow of life rather than constantly striving to impose our own timetable upon it. In our fast-paced world, we are often driven by the need for immediate results, instant gratification, and quick solutions. We may set rigid deadlines for our dreams and become frustrated when things don't happen as quickly as we would like. Yet divine timing reminds us that there are unseen elements at play, elements that may be working quietly to prepare us for what lies ahead or to align the circumstances for our highest good. Sometimes what appears to be a delay or even a setback is actually a preparation period, a time when the conditions for our success or growth are being established beyond our view. The beauty of divine timing is that it often brings us blessings when we least expect them, in ways that we could not have planned ourselves. It is as if life is arranging the pieces on a grand chessboard, moving events and people into place, so that when the moment arrives, everything falls effortlessly into alignment. This synchronicity is not random, it is the result of a higher intelligence that sees the bigger picture and knows precisely when and how things should unfold. Our role is to remain patient, to continue working toward our goals, and to be ready to receive the gifts that arrive in their own perfect time. Divine timing also teaches us that not every moment is the right moment. There is a season for everything, a time to sow, a time to grow, a time to harvest, and a time to rest. Just as nature operates on cycles that cannot be rushed, our lives too are seasons that must be respected. When we embrace this idea, we begin to understand that there is no need to rush or to force things into being. Instead, we can flow with life, allowing each phase to teach us what we need to learn, and to bring us closer to what is meant for us. This understanding helps us develop patience and resilience, qualities that keep us grounded during times of waiting or uncertainty. Often it is in these periods of waiting that the most profound transformations occur within us. Divine timing is not only about external events, it is also about our own inner readiness. There may be aspects of ourselves that need to grow, heal, or evolve before we can fully embrace what we are seeking. Divine timing, then, becomes a journey of inner work as much as it is a path to external achievement. It encourages us to look within, to ask ourselves if we are truly prepared to receive what we desire, and to use the waiting period to deepen our understanding, strengthen our resilience, and cultivate our faith. When we trust in divine timing, we cultivate a sense of peace with the unknown. Instead of pushing against the current, we begin to flow with it, sensing that each experience, whether joyful or challenging, is part of a larger design. This trust transforms our perspective, helping us to see that life is not a series of obstacles to be overcome, but a sequence of lessons and blessings that shape us in ways we may not fully understand until much later. We come to appreciate the journey, recognizing that even the pauses and detours are meaningful. Divine timing also deepens our sense of gratitude. When events unfold in alignment with this timing, we often feel a profound appreciation for the journey we've traveled. We realize that had things happened differently or sooner, we might not have been able to handle them or fully value their significance. Divine timing ensures that we receive what we need precisely when we are ready, creating a sense of harmony and fulfillment that feels both inevitable and miraculous. Each milestone, when it finally arrives, is like a puzzle piece that fits perfectly, revealing a part of a larger picture that had been forming all along. By embracing divine timing, we allow ourselves to live with a sense of wonder, open to the surprises and serendipities that life has to offer. We understand that not knowing the exact timing is part of the adventure, an invitation to be present and engaged with each step, rather than fixated on the destination. Divine timing encourages us to trust the process, to recognize that there is purpose in every moment, and to rest in the knowledge that life, in its own wisdom, knows when we are ready. Finding joy in the process is an invitation to immerse ourselves fully in each moment, embracing the journey rather than fixating solely on the outcome. It means discovering contentment and even delight in the small, seemingly ordinary steps that lead us toward our goals. When we focus only on the destination, we often miss the richness of the experience itself, the subtle growth, the unexpected lessons, and the beauty that unfolds along the way. Joy in the process shifts our attention from end results to the present moment, reminding us that each step is valuable and worth savoring. This approach encourages us to redefine our understanding of success and progress. Instead of seeing value only in completed goals, we begin to appreciate the learning, resilience, and creativity that arises as we work towards them. Every stage of the journey brings something unique. Sometimes it's a spark of inspiration. Other times it's a challenge that pushes us to grow. By allowing ourselves to enjoy these stages, we cultivate a sense of fulfillment that isn't dependent on achieving a specific outcome. Joy in the process creates an internal reward, a quiet satisfaction that sustains us even when things don't go exactly as planned. Finding joy in the process also invites us to be present with each task, no matter how small or routine it may seem. When we bring our full attention to what we're doing, whether it's washing dishes, writing a report, or practicing a skill, we begin to notice details that often go overlooked. This mindfulness enriches the experience, transforming even simple actions into opportunities for appreciation. We might notice the feel of water on our hands, the satisfaction of organizing thoughts on paper, or the gradual improvement as we repeat a practice. These small moments, when savored, add a layer of meaning and pleasure to our daily lives, allowing us to connect more deeply with ourselves and our surroundings. The joy of the process also comes from releasing the need for perfection and allowing ourselves the freedom to explore, make mistakes, and learn without pressure. When we let go of rigid expectations, we open up space for curiosity and creativity to flourish. Rather than striving to control every detail, we approach our work and our lives with a sense of playfulness, experimenting and adapting along the way. This playful mindset makes the process feel less like a task to be completed and more like a discovery, an unfolding of possibilities that we are free to explore. By focusing on enjoyment rather than judgment, we give ourselves permission to grow naturally, embracing each step as part of the adventure. Finding joy in the process also teaches us resilience. There will inevitably be moments when things don't go as planned, when challenges arise, or when progress feels slow. If our joy is tied only to outcomes, these setbacks can feel discouraging and deplete our motivation. But when we find joy in the process itself, we are more likely to view these challenges as part of the journey, as experiences that add depth to our story. We come to see obstacles not as roadblocks but as valuable teachers, providing lessons that strengthen us and deepen our commitment. This resilience allows us to continue forward with a positive mindset, knowing that each twist and turn is part of the process that shapes us. Moreover, joy in the process fosters a sense of gratitude. When we are fully present and engaged, we become aware of the many small blessings that accompany us along the way. We begin to notice the support of others, the beauty of our surroundings, and the simple pleasures that bring comfort and joy. This gratitude transforms our perspective, helping us to see that each day, each step, offers something meaningful. Instead of waiting for some future achievement to bring us happiness, we learn to cultivate happiness in the here and now, appreciating the richness of life as it unfolds. This mindset also allows us to connect more authentically with others. When we are not solely focused on outcomes, we are more likely to appreciate the contributions, perspectives, and presence of those around us. We find joy not just in our own progress, but in shared moments of laughter, support, and collaboration. Joy in the process creates a sense of community, a shared experience where we can celebrate each other's successes and uplift each other during challenges. This connection deepens our relationships, making the journey more meaningful and fulfilling. Ultimately, finding joy in the process means embracing life's ebb and flow with openness and acceptance. It is a reminder that there is no need to rush, to strive constantly for the next achievement or milestone. Instead, we can allow ourselves to move at a natural pace, trusting that each step has its own purpose and its own beauty. By savoring the journey, we cultivate a life that is not only goal-oriented but also rich with presence, gratitude, and genuine enjoyment. Trusting despite uncertainty is an act of courage and faith, a willingness to move forward even when the path ahead is unclear. In a world that often values control and predictability, uncertainty can feel unsettling, as if we are stepping into the unknown without a clear sense of direction. Yet trust in these moments is a quiet, resilient force. It calls on us to embrace ambiguity rather than retreat from it, to find strength in vulnerability, and to lean into the idea that life holds a wisdom that goes beyond our immediate understanding. Trust in this way becomes an anchor, a source of steadiness when external circumstances are shifting or unpredictable. At the heart of trusting despite uncertainty is the acceptance that we cannot foresee every outcome or prevent every challenge. Life is inherently unpredictable, filled with twists and turns that are often beyond our control. By learning to trust through this uncertainty, we cultivate an inner flexibility, a mindset that allows us to adapt, adjust, and even thrive amid change. This trust doesn't mean we ignore risks or avoid preparation. Rather, it allows us to act thoughtfully without the constant need for guaranteed results. It's the trust that while we may not know exactly where we're headed, each step forward brings us closer to a deeper understanding and connection with ourselves and with life itself. This kind of trust often requires us to let go of the desire to control every detail, an impulse that can lead to unnecessary stress and anxiety. When we are too focused on controlling outcomes, we limit our perspective, narrowing our awareness to only what we think should happen. By releasing this need for control, we open ourselves up to the possibility that there might be other paths, unforeseen solutions, or even better outcomes than we had originally envisioned. Trusting despite uncertainty means acknowledging that there are forces at play, timing, people, circumstances that may align in ways that are beyond our current comprehension. It allows us to see life as a co-creation, where our efforts and intentions combine with a larger rhythm that carries us forward. Learning to trust, despite uncertainty, also fosters resilience. When we encounter setbacks, delays, or unexpected challenges, trust provides the strength to keep going, even when the way forward isn't clear. This trust is rooted not in naivety, but in the wisdom that life has always found ways to support us, even when things seem difficult. It's the knowledge that we have overcome challenges before, that we have found meaning even in the midst of struggle, and that these experiences have shaped us into who we are. Each time we trust through uncertainty, we build a foundation of inner strength that allows us to face future challenges with greater calm and confidence. Trusting amid uncertainty also teaches us the value of patience. In our rush to achieve and accomplish, we often forget that some things simply take time, that growth is a gradual process, and that not everything will unfold according to our schedule. This patience is not passive, it is a calm, active presence that allows us to wait without giving up hope or becoming discouraged. By trusting that things are unfolding as they need to, we give ourselves permission to focus on what we can control: our actions, attitudes, and choices in each moment, without becoming fixated on what lies beyond our influence. This patience nurtures a peaceful acceptance, an understanding that things are in motion even when we cannot see immediate progress. Trusting through uncertainty also brings us closer to a sense of purpose. Often it is during these times of not knowing that we are pushed to reflect, to dig deeper into what truly matters to us. Uncertainty invites us to reconnect with our values, our passions, and our beliefs, allowing us to act from a place of authenticity rather than fear. When we are guided by our true intentions, rather than by a desire for immediate answers, we make choices that are aligned with who we really are. This connection to purpose becomes a compass, a guiding force that allows us to navigate even the most uncertain times with clarity and conviction. This approach also teaches us to find beauty in the unknown. Trusting despite uncertainty encourages us to embrace the mystery of life, to appreciate that there are things we may never fully understand. Instead of viewing the unknown as something to fear, we can begin to see it as a space of infinite possibility, a field of potential waiting to unfold. The unknown becomes not a void but a source of wonder, an invitation to remain curious, open, and engaged with life. By trusting in this way, we allow ourselves to approach each day with a sense of discovery, finding meaning in the process rather than solely in the outcome. Finally, trusting despite uncertainty helps us cultivate a deep sense of peace within ourselves. When we let go of the need for certainty, we free ourselves from the tension of trying to anticipate every possible outcome. We find a quiet confidence that we can handle whatever comes our way, that we have the strength and wisdom to adapt as needed. This peace does not come from knowing all the answers, but from accepting that it's okay not to have them. It's a peace that allows us to live fully in the present moment, knowing that each step, each choice brings us closer to where we need to be. Inner strength from faith is a profound resilience that comes not from external assurance, but from an unwavering belief in something greater than ourselves. This faith, whether rooted in spirituality, purpose, or an intrinsic trust in life's unfolding, serves as a wellspring of courage and stability, especially during challenging times. It anchors us, giving us the fortitude to endure hardship, overcome self-doubt, and move forward with a sense of calm, even when outer circumstances seem uncertain. This inner strength is not contingent upon everything going as planned. Instead, it draws from a quiet conviction that despite adversity, we are supported, guided, and capable of handling whatever comes our way. Faith nurtures inner strength by reminding us that we are part of a larger tapestry, interconnected with forces that may not be visible, but are very real. When we place trust in something beyond immediate outcomes, we open ourselves up to a broader perspective, one that transcends temporary difficulties and provides a sense of enduring purpose. This belief enables us to see challenges not merely as obstacles, but as part of a meaningful journey, each experience contributing to our growth, wisdom, and depth. In times of doubt, faith becomes a source of reassurance, reminding us that our value and purpose are not determined by our circumstances, but by the spirit with which we approach them. Faith also teaches us patience, an essential aspect of inner strength. In a world that often pressures us to seek quick fixes and instant results, faith invites us to trust in timing, to understand that some things require time and cannot be rushed. This patience allows us to face uncertainty without feeling defeated, to wait with openness rather than frustration. It reassures us that while we may not control the pace of our journey, we can control our attitude and our willingness to persevere. Faith cultivates this patience, reminding us that there is value in every step, even the slow or difficult ones, and that things often fall into place when we least expect it. Moreover, inner strength from faith instills a sense of self-acceptance. By believing in something greater than our individual selves, we release the pressure to be perfect or to have everything figured out. Faith allows us to be human, to embrace our vulnerabilities, knowing that we are supported regardless of our flaws. This self-acceptance nurtures inner peace, as we no longer need to prove our worth or constantly seek validation. Instead, we draw strength from the belief that we are enough as we are, that we are part of a greater design, and that our unique journey, with all its imperfections, holds value. Faith also encourages us to cultivate gratitude, an important component of inner strength. By trusting that each moment is meaningful, even when we do not understand its purpose, we learn to appreciate the simple, often overlooked blessings in our lives. This gratitude lifts our spirits, shifting our focus from what we lack to what we have. In this way, faith brings light into our darkest moments, reminding us that even amid struggle, there is beauty to be found and lessons to be learned. This grateful perspective empowers us to face difficulties with grace, to find hope when it seems scarce, and to move forward with a sense of optimism and resilience. Inner strength from faith also fosters a sense of humility. It reminds us that while we play an active role in our lives, there are greater forces at work that we cannot fully comprehend or control. This humility brings us peace as we let go of the need to have all the answers or to control every outcome. Faith humbles us by acknowledging our limitations, yet it simultaneously empowers us by instilling confidence that we are part of something larger, something meaningful and purposeful. This humility keeps us grounded, helping us navigate life with a sense of openness, curiosity, and respect for the unknown. Faith-based inner strength also enhances our relationships as it enables us to approach others with compassion and understanding. When we are grounded in faith, we recognize that every person is navigating their own journey, complete with struggles, hopes, and dreams. This awareness fosters empathy, allowing us to support others without judgment, to listen without the need to impose solutions, and to extend kindness even in difficult interactions. Through faith, we find the strength to build connections based on mutual respect, love, and support, knowing that we are all part of a shared experience that transcends individual differences. Ultimately, inner strength from faith is an anchor that keeps us steady amidst life's inevitable storms. It is a quiet yet powerful force that sustains us when external circumstances falter, when our plans go awry, or when uncertainty looms large. This strength does not waver with changing conditions. Instead, it grows deeper as we cultivate our belief, as we practice patience, gratitude, humility, and compassion. Through faith, we access a profound well of resilience that cannot be shaken by temporary setbacks or challenges. Accepting setbacks as lessons is a transformative approach to life, inviting us to view challenges not as failures but as opportunities for growth, reflection, and self-discovery. In a world that often values continuous progress and success, setbacks can feel disheartening, as if they are disruptions to our forward momentum. Yet, when we choose to see them as lessons, we begin to understand that these experiences are an integral part of our journey, each carrying unique insights that can shape us in ways success alone cannot. This perspective helps us shift from frustration to curiosity, opening the door to a mindset that finds value in every experience, no matter how difficult or unexpected. Setbacks often provide us with an opportunity to pause and reflect. When things don't go as planned, we are encouraged to step back and assess what might have contributed to the outcome, whether it be external circumstances, personal choices, or simply timing. This reflection allows us to gain a more comprehensive understanding of the situation, empowering us to approach similar challenges with greater awareness and wisdom. Accepting setbacks as lessons helps us recognize that growth is not always linear. Sometimes it requires us to take a step back, to reassess, and to realign with our goals. This pause is not a loss, but a necessary recalibration, allowing us to move forward with renewed clarity. Moreover, setbacks teach us resilience by challenging us to rise above adversity. When we face obstacles and choose to view them as learning experiences, we develop the inner strength needed to overcome difficulties in the future. Each setback becomes a test of our perseverance, our commitment to our goals, and our ability to maintain hope and determination in the face of disappointment. This resilience is a powerful tool, one that builds confidence and fortifies our belief in our own abilities. By viewing setbacks as stepping stones rather than dead ends, we cultivate a mindset that sees possibilities even in moments of failure. Accepting setbacks as lessons also helps us to approach life with greater humility. It reminds us that we are not infallible, that mistakes and missteps are a natural part of being human. This humility softens our expectations of perfection, allowing us to be kinder and more forgiving toward ourselves. Instead of dwelling on our perceived shortcomings, we learn to accept them as part of our journey, knowing that each setback offers a chance to grow and improve. This humility fosters a more balanced self-view, one that acknowledges both our strengths and areas for growth without judgment or self-criticism. Setbacks also reveal our strengths, often in surprising ways. In times of struggle, we are called to tap into resources we may not have known we possessed: patience, adaptability, creativity, or courage. Accepting setbacks as lessons allows us to recognize and appreciate these qualities, to see that our challenges bring out aspects of ourselves that lie dormant in comfortable circumstances. We begin to understand that setbacks are not simply roadblocks but catalysts that encourage us to stretch beyond our comfort zones. By embracing these experiences, we learn to trust in our ability to handle adversity and to adapt in ways that ultimately make us stronger and more capable. Furthermore, setbacks teach us flexibility. When things don't go as planned, we are often forced to reconsider our approach, to find new solutions, or even to shift our goals altogether. This flexibility is essential, as life rarely adheres to a single, straightforward path. Accepting setbacks as lessons teaches us to let go of rigid expectations and to embrace a mindset that is open to change. Instead of seeing unexpected turns as disappointments, we begin to view them as opportunities to explore new possibilities, to grow in ways we hadn't anticipated. This adaptability fosters a sense of freedom, as we are no longer confined to a specific outcome, but are open to the evolving nature of our journey. Setbacks also deepen our empathy and understanding for others. When we experience challenges, we gain first-hand insight into the difficulties that others may face, developing a sense of compassion that enables us to relate to them on a deeper level. Accepting setbacks as lessons helps us recognize that everyone encounters obstacles, that struggle is a universal experience, and that we are all navigating our own challenges. This empathy allows us to connect with others in meaningful ways, offering support, encouragement, and understanding to those who may be facing similar hardships. Setbacks thus enrich our relationships, fostering a sense of shared humanity. Finally, accepting setbacks as lessons instills a sense of gratitude for the journey itself. By appreciating the value in each experience, we cultivate a mindset that finds meaning in every stage of life, not just the moments of success or accomplishment. This gratitude shifts our focus from end goals to the process, helping us to find contentment and fulfillment in the here and now. Instead of viewing setbacks as interruptions, we come to see them as valuable teachers, guiding us toward a deeper understanding of ourselves and our path. Through this lens, we recognize that each challenge, each detour, is an essential part of our growth, and that even the difficult moments hold gifts for us if we are willing to look for them. Letting go of control is a profound act of trust, a willingness to release our tight grip on outcomes and embrace the flow of life as it unfolds. In a world that often prizes certainty, predictability, and achievement, letting go of control can feel unsettling, as if we're stepping into a realm of unknown possibilities, without the security of guaranteed results. Yet this surrender is not an act of resignation, rather it's a deliberate choice to engage with life from a place of openness and acceptance. It's the understanding that while we can influence certain aspects of our lives, we are part of a vast and interconnected system with forces at work that are far beyond our individual control. At the heart of letting go of control is the realization that clinging tightly to specific outcomes often leads to frustration, stress, and even disillusionment. When we become fixated on making things go a certain way, we close ourselves off to the myriad possibilities that life has to offer. This rigidity can create a sense of constant struggle as we expend energy trying to mold circumstances and people to fit our expectations. Letting go invites us to soften, to release the tension that comes from trying to orchestrate every detail, and to trust that life has a wisdom of its own. This release doesn't mean we stop caring or abandon our dreams. It simply means we approach them with a sense of grace, allowing room for the unknown to play its part. Letting go of control also frees us from the heavy burden of perfectionism. When we feel the need to control every aspect of our lives, we often hold ourselves to unrealistic standards, believing that if we just manage things perfectly, we can avoid disappointment or failure. This pressure can be exhausting and ultimately unsustainable, leading to a cycle of stress and self-criticism. By letting go, we grant ourselves permission to be imperfect, to make mistakes, and to grow without judgment. We come to see that our worth is not defined by flawless execution, but by our authentic engagement with life. This freedom from perfection allows us to approach each day with a sense of curiosity and playfulness, rather than fear of falling short. Letting go of control also helps us cultivate patience and resilience. Life rarely follows a linear path, and our plans are often disrupted by unforeseen circumstances, delays, or challenges. When we hold tightly to control, these deviations can feel like personal setbacks or failures. But when we let go, we begin to understand that these twists and turns are natural parts of the journey, that every detour holds potential lessons and insights. This perspective allows us to navigate difficulties with greater calm, seeing them not as obstacles to our goals, but as valuable experiences that contribute to our growth. We learn to trust in timing, to appreciate that some things simply take time to unfold, and to find peace in the process rather than rushing to the destination. Letting go also opens us up to new possibilities, often in ways we could never anticipate. When we release the need to control outcomes, we make space for unexpected opportunities, relationships, and experiences that may be even better suited to us than our original plans. This openness to possibility encourages us to be adaptable, to embrace the present moment without trying to force it into a predefined shape. In doing so, we discover that life has a way of surprising us, of bringing us exactly what we need, even if it doesn't look exactly as we envisioned. By letting go, we invite life to reveal itself in its fullness, trusting that we are being guided toward experiences that support our growth, happiness, and purpose. Letting go of control also nurtures our relationships, as it allows us to release the urge to mold others to our expectations. When we try to control people, whether out of fear, love, or protection, we risk stifling their individuality and creating distance in our connections. Letting go, in contrast, is an act of respect and acceptance. It acknowledges that each person has their own path, their own lessons to learn, and their own way of being. This approach fosters genuine connection, allowing us to relate to others from a place of mutual trust and understanding rather than manipulation or coercion. By letting go, we create space for authentic relationships that are based on freedom and support, where each person is free to grow and evolve naturally. This act of letting go also teaches us humility. It reminds us that we are not the sole architects of our lives, that there are greater forces at play that we cannot fully comprehend or control. This humility brings a sense of peace, as we acknowledge our limitations and embrace our place within the larger flow of existence. Rather than feeling diminished by this realization, we find comfort in knowing that we don't have to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. We can release the need to have all the answers or to predict every outcome, and instead we can trust in the wisdom of life itself. This humility invites us to engage with life as a dance, where we move in harmony with the rhythms rather than trying to control each step. Letting go of control also encourages us to live more fully in the present moment. When we are fixated on controlling outcomes, we often lose sight of what is happening here and now, as our attention is directed toward an imagined future. By letting go, we become more attuned to the beauty of each moment, the subtle details that make life rich and meaningful. We learn to savor the journey rather than rushing to the destination, to find joy in the process rather than waiting for the perfect outcome. This presence is a gift, as it allows us to experience life in its fullness, to connect deeply with ourselves and with those around us, and to find contentment in simply being rather than constantly striving. Ultimately, letting go of control is a practice of trust, an acknowledgement that we are part of a vast, interconnected world where not everything is within our power to change. This trust allows us to navigate life with a sense of ease, knowing that we are capable of handling whatever arises without needing to control every detail. By embracing this mindset, we learn to flow with life rather than resist it, to engage with challenges as part of our growth rather than as threats to our plans. This surrender brings a sense of inner peace and freedom, as we realize that our well-being is not dependent on external circumstances, but on our willingness to engage openly and wholeheartedly with whatever life brings our way. Purpose in all things is an understanding that life, in its vast complexity, holds a hidden order and meaning, even when it's difficult to see on the surface. In our daily lives, we often encounter events that feel random, disconnected, or even chaotic. Yet, when we approach life with the belief that there is purpose woven into every experience, we begin to see that each moment, each encounter, and each challenge holds potential insights and opportunities for growth. This perspective allows us to find value not only in obvious successes or joyful experiences, but also in struggles, setbacks, and the quiet, often unnoticed moments that make up much of our lives. Seeing purpose in all things invites us to adopt a more holistic view of our journey, recognizing that every aspect of our lives plays a role in shaping who we are. Even experiences that seem mundane or repetitive can hold significance, teaching us patience, resilience, or gratitude. When we understand that there is purpose in every aspect of our lives, we are less likely to dismiss or overlook these moments. Instead, we begin to engage with life more fully, allowing each experience to unfold with curiosity and openness, trusting that it has something to offer us if we are willing to look closely. The purpose in all things also challenges us to reframe how we view challenges and setbacks. Instead of seeing them as disruptions or failures, we come to view them as necessary parts of our growth. Difficulties, while often uncomfortable, can serve as powerful teachers, guiding us toward greater understanding, compassion, and strength. By embracing this perspective, we transform our relationship with hardship, recognizing that it is often in our most challenging moments that we are pushed to evolve and expand. These experiences reveal aspects of ourselves that we may not have discovered in easier times, helping us build resilience and a deeper sense of self. Embracing the idea that there is purpose in all things also allows us to let go of the need for immediate answers or clear-cut explanations. Life is full of mysteries, and sometimes the meaning of an event or experience only becomes clear with time. When we trust that there is purpose in all things, we are able to live with these unanswered questions, finding peace in the not knowing. This patience with mystery allows us to remain open to the unfolding of life, knowing that meaning will reveal itself when the time is right. It frees us from the urge to force answers or rush to conclusions, enabling us to approach life with a gentle curiosity that accepts the unknown as part of the journey. Purpose in all things also encourages us to recognize the interconnectedness of our lives with those of others and with the world around us. Our actions, no matter how small, contribute to a larger web of existence, influencing those around us in ways we may not even realize. When we understand that our lives are part of a broader tapestry, we begin to appreciate the impact we have and the responsibility that comes with it. We start to see that our choices and actions ripple out, touching others and shaping the world in ways that may be invisible to us. This awareness fosters a sense of mindfulness, prompting us to live with greater intention and kindness. This perspective also helps us cultivate gratitude, even for experiences that may initially seem insignificant or challenging. When we believe that there is purpose in all things, we come to appreciate each moment as a gift, each encounter as an opportunity, and each day as a chance to grow. This gratitude isn't limited to moments of success or joy, it extends to the full range of human experiences. We begin to value the lessons that come from struggle, the wisdom that emerges from reflection, and the connections we form with others along the way. This gratitude deepens our appreciation for life as a whole, encouraging us to live more fully and to cherish each step of the journey. Seeing purpose in all things also teaches us to listen to our inner guidance. The quiet voice within that often senses meaning even when it isn't immediately apparent. When we are open to purpose, we become more attuned to our intuition, allowing it to guide us toward experiences, people, and paths that resonate with our deeper sense of purpose. This inner knowing often recognizes connections or potential growth where our logical mind might not. By listening to this inner guidance, we allow ourselves to be led by a sense of meaning that goes beyond immediate appearances, trusting that life has a way of leading us toward what we need most. The purpose in all things can also foster resilience, as it provides us with a source of inner strength that helps us endure difficult times. When we believe that there is meaning in even the most challenging situations, we are less likely to feel overwhelmed or defeated by adversity. This sense of purpose gives us the motivation to keep going, even when the path is unclear or the journey feels tough. We understand that each step, even the painful ones, is contributing to our growth and evolution. This resilience allows us to navigate life's inevitable ups and downs with greater ease, knowing that each experience, no matter how difficult, is part of a larger picture. Ultimately, purpose in all things reminds us that life is not a series of isolated events, but a continuous, interconnected flow, with each moment influencing the next. This understanding allows us to approach life with a sense of wonder and appreciation, finding meaning in the ordinary as well as the extraordinary. It encourages us to engage with each day wholeheartedly, trusting that every experience, whether joyful, painful, or mundane, holds something valuable for us to discover. In this way, we learn to see life as a rich and purposeful journey, where every step contributes to our unfolding story. The speech, titled "Trust in God and Keep Working Hard," invites listeners to explore a philosophy that combines faith and diligent effort. It emphasizes that the journey through life is not solely about achieving external success, but about growing in wisdom, resilience, and trust. Each part of this speech addresses a key element of what it means to trust deeply, while engaging fully in the present, highlighting themes like inner strength, humility, acceptance, and purpose. The speaker suggests that these qualities, when woven together, create a life that is not only productive, but also spiritually enriching and fulfilling. The speech begins by discussing trust as a foundation, underscoring that real trust is about more than merely believing in favorable outcomes. Instead, it is a deeper faith that life itself has meaning, and that we are part of a larger, guiding presence. This trust does not depend on everything going according to our plans, but rather on a quiet confidence that in the grand design of things there is purpose and guidance. Our trust forms the bedrock on which we can confidently act and engage with the world, enabling us to take steps forward even when outcomes are uncertain. Next, the speech delves into the idea of work as a sacred duty, illustrating that work is not merely a means to an end, but a way to express purpose and contribute positively to the world. When approached with sincerity, work becomes a way to engage meaningfully with life, fostering qualities such as discipline, resilience, and patience. By dedicating ourselves fully to each task, we make a spiritual commitment to be present, to give our best, and to learn from every experience. This perspective shifts work from a routine activity to an opportunity for self-refinement and purpose. The concept of balance of surrender and effort follows, emphasizing the importance of balancing action with surrender. While diligent effort is necessary, there is also a need to let go of excessive control and allow life to unfold naturally. When we approach life with this balance, we begin to see our role not as that of a micromanager of outcomes, but as a willing participant who is open to the flow of life. This allows us to pursue our goals with vigor while maintaining a sense of calm, accepting that not everything is within our control and that there is value in both effort and patience. The notion of divine timing is introduced to remind us that life has its own rhythm and events unfold according to their own schedule. Divine timing requires that we respect this natural pace, understanding that sometimes we need to wait for things to fall into place. This patience nurtures a more profound sense of trust as we learn to believe that what is meant to be will come to fruition when the time is right. Recognizing divine timing helps to ease frustration and enables us to live with hope, even during moments of uncertainty. Another key element in the speech is finding joy in the process, encouraging us to move beyond a fixation on end results. This perspective suggests that true contentment arises from appreciating the journey itself, the small wins, the lessons learned, and the daily moments of fulfillment. By focusing on the process, we find satisfaction not just in accomplishments, but in the experience of growth, engagement, and the gradual unfolding of our potential. The joy in the process reminds us to embrace life as it is, without being solely preoccupied with where we are going. Trusting despite uncertainty explores the power of faith in times of doubt. Life is inherently unpredictable, yet true trust involves being able to move forward even when we can't foresee the outcome. This trust allows us to let go of the need for constant assurances, opening us to possibilities that might otherwise be missed. Trusting despite uncertainty also teaches us to be comfortable with ambiguity, recognizing that there are mysteries in life that can enrich our experience if we approach them with an open heart. The speech then considers inner strength from faith, illustrating that faith provides a steady source of strength that is not dependent on external circumstances. Faith-based inner strength helps us weather challenges with calm and resilience, as it assures us that we are part of something larger. This inner strength grows from a foundation of belief, allowing us to face difficulties with courage and an understanding that there is value even in struggle. Accepting setbacks as lessons addresses the idea that challenges and setbacks are not merely obstacles but valuable teachers. Each setback offers a lesson, whether it be about resilience, humility, or adaptability. By viewing setbacks as essential parts of our growth, we cultivate a mindset that is able to find value in every experience, helping us to navigate challenges with grace and a sense of purpose. The theme of letting go of control invites us to release the need to manipulate every detail of our lives. Letting go of control fosters inner peace and helps us to live more freely, trusting that we are guided by a greater wisdom. By allowing life to unfold naturally, we begin to embrace both the highs and lows with equanimity, finding a sense of liberation and ease. Finally, the speech concludes with purpose in all things, suggesting that there is meaning embedded in every part of our journey. This belief in an underlying purpose enriches our perspective, making each experience, no matter how small or challenging, an opportunity for insight and growth. By recognizing purpose in all things, we connect more deeply with life, finding fulfillment not just in achievement, but in the whole intricate tapestry of existence. Through this understanding, we come to appreciate life as a profound and interconnected journey where every moment, every challenge, and every effort contributes to our ongoing growth.